Well, good morning, Kayla.
Morning, Mike. Or should I say good evening?
Well, it is tonight. I know I wanted to do this earlier, and I just kept getting busy. Not with work, but with naps. But Evan tagged me in a couple posts today, and I haven't had time to go through them. And I was hoping you'd go through them with me.
Okay.
This first one, well, right off the bat, it's flagged by Facebook, and I think this is why Evan tagged me. Because he didn't think it was fair that Facebook flagged it. So I haven't read this yet. Seriously, this time. And there is a link to see why, if we wanted to fact check it. But let's just dive right into it.
All right, I told you I was good.
Okay, I remember seeing stuff about this guy. This is Master's Report.
Yeah.
170,000 subscribers. He, I don't even know. Okay, let's just go.
I'm gonna get in a lot of videos, and this video came out. I know it's late at night, but I want to get it to you as quick as I can, because if it's true, it's stunning, and I'll have to apologize to all the QAnons out there. Yes, that's right. Well, I'll have to do it because it appears as if there was a sting going on. I want you to take a look at this video. And then I've got a couple of other links that I want you to take a look at.
All right, just before anything, if it's true, it's stunning, and it appears as if there's no certainty about any of this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm already excited for what he's gonna say.
Including this article, I'll explain where it comes from and what it is exactly, which ties in with the video that you're about to see. Hang tight.
Is it Hunter Biden's
Watch
laptop?
the whole video.
What's happening now, and the reason I couldn't come on the Alex Jones show last night was I was not given the permission that I needed to say what I'm about to say now. I do not work for the federal government. I'm not paid by them. Let me just say again what I said in 2016. There are honorable members of our intelligence, military, and civilian community in the government who understood exactly how corrupt Biden and the Democratic machinery was, and will be.
He said the military?
This is really a sting operation. Contrary to what everybody else said, Trump knew this was happening. Eric knew this was happening.
Eric doesn't know
That's
anything.
the most unbelievable part about this conspiracy, is that Eric knows anything.
Was we watermarked every ballot with.
Wait, okay, like they're gonna put Eric in charge of anything? Did you see this motherfucker tweeted today to make sure to go out and vote tomorrow?
What?
I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up real quick. Eric Trump tweets to Minnesota. Fuck. No! Yeah, get out and vote 7 days late. And they're gonna tell me they put him in charge of anything? Come on. Alright, well, I don't want to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Eric Trump's a whole different story. So, watermark.
What happened was we watermarked every ballot with what's called the QFS blockchain encryption code. In other words, we know pretty well where every ballot is, where it went.
Bullshit. I call bullshit that this motherfucker has any idea what blockchain even is.
Yeah, since when did the federal government become experts in cryptocurrency? Because that's what, or is blockchain something else?
Some areas of the federal government probably know enough about cryptocurrency. When I was explaining it to them, they really didn't understand it that much. And I know for a fact they wouldn't put anything cryptocurrency related in front of Eric Trump and expect any positive results.
And who has it? So this is not a stolen election. On the contrary, reverse the entire game of war along the lines of Sun Tzu. The art of war.
Okay.
And Trump was brilliant and still is.
Oh my God, these people are delusional.
Seen, and Alex correctly said, I haven't seen him in several days. Well, in the art of the war, you pull back, allow your enemy to make all the mistakes that they are making, manipulate the situation.
Like win the election? Is that a mistake?
Yeah.
Have you read that book? The Art of
No,
War?
no,
Okay, I haven't either.
Expose
It might be in
them,
there after-
and then
after
come
all.
in for the final killing. And that's what's happening now. None of this was unexpected. All of this was expected. All of this is part of the
It's 4D
Really?
chess.
Really? It was
we're
expected?
running.
Can you
And
pause
let
it
me
for a second?
tell you that
Because I remember seeing videos of Republicans, of Trump supporters being like, Trump's going to win by a landslide. He's going to win all 51 states. God damn it.
They're gonna get a 48 state landslide victory.
He's going to win like 375 electoral votes. He's going to win all the electoral votes.
And these are the same people that are like crying in the streets
Yeah.
and being all butthurt. But that's probably in the book.
Oh,
That's
okay.
in the book. You gotta
Okay.
you gotta,
You gotta-
feign.
Yeah.
Your
You gotta make
disappointment.
believe that.
And now
Oh, okay.
us crazy leftists are gonna be like, yeah, we won. We did it. We can let our guard down now. Trump's not gonna sneak around back and somehow get the election. I don't even understand because of fake ballots that are cryptocurrency or blockchain marked.
And then what's gonna happen? They're trying to prove that they're not valid in a court, and then get
I
them
don't know.
thrown out. And
I'll-
how
I'll-
many of these ballots are there?
Who did this guy say he was?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He's wearing a Hawaiian
But he
shirt,
doesn't
though.
work for the federal government.
Yeah,
That's for
doesn't
sure.
Work, well, no, maybe
No,
he
he
does.
said
and that's
that.
why. Oh,
No,
he
he
does
said
not.
that.
Okay. Okay, so we know he doesn't work for the federal government. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and he was not able to go on the Alex Jones show yet last night. His credentials are astounding.
Oh,
Oh,
hold on. Hey, what do you
pause
got?
it.
What do you got?
I'm gonna do a clap check.
What is it? What do you,
Oh, fuck. What'd she get?
I don't know. What kind of metal thing?
Oh, yeah, it's part of my computer.
Oh. Sorry, had a Buffy emergency.
Yeah, how's
Dog
Buffy
emergency.
doing today?
She's doing well.
Yeah, I know. I've been here all day with her. She's adorable.
She's freaking adorable.
Okay, so we're halfway through this
48
video.
hours ago, not only did we put markers on those ballots, but I can say now, with the permission of people in the intelligence community and elsewhere, that we have sent out thousands and thousands of National Guards to 12 different states: Washington, Delaware, Texas, Arizona, Alabama, everywhere. So now you have to rethink what this is really about. The genius of Trump is that
Did you see that last sentence after weeding out all counterfeit ballots? Trump landslide confirmed.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
they do still think there's going to be a landslide.
Why
Okay.
is this official government document cropped out so we don't know where it's from?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm wondering.
And why?
rethink.
Oh,
Why
shit.
does Department of Homeland Security control official ballots? I thought elections were run by states and
Yeah.
state governments.
that is? Well,
Am I mistaken, Michael?
well, that's what they want us crazy centrist leftists to believe. But I bet you he's about to tell us Donald Trump took control. He said, "I'm in charge of this operation from here on out. Homeland
okay.
Security, you handle all of the elections."
Oh, okay.
And somehow he still lost.
And that sounds so legal, also.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
What this is really about. The genius of Trump is that he is able to
Jesus
pull
Christ.
back at any point and manipulate the opponent without the opponent ever realizing. He has said, repeat hashtag, steal the vote. That's exactly what he has said for months. Then he made a very clear implication. He said, I will use common sense or my intelligence, i.e. both
He doesn't have either of those
Yeah,
things.
seriously.
What?
literal and figurative intelligence. And those of us in the intelligence community,
Hey.
be it who they are,
Wait.
again, what I said,
What is figurative intelligence? What does he mean by that?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
So, I mean, I think he was saying literal intelligence as in Well, what? His brain power, but also literal intelligence like the CIA? But then what's figurative intelligence? Is that what he said? Figurative?
Yeah, figurative.
I.e., and he said for months. Then he made a very clear implication. He said, I will use common sense or my intelligence, i.e., both literal and figurative intelligence. And those of us in the intelligence community, be it who they are, again, what I said in 2006.
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like fake intelligence?
So they're talking about his brain power. Figurative intelligence. Okay, and then literal intelligence, the people that in the CIA. Okay. All right, this guy's good. I'll check out his podcast.
16. When we exposed Hillary Clinton, we now exposed, and it was Trump who initiated this, Biden family. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden, Frank, the whole family was played right into a game where they were convicted, and you're seeing what's happening now. What was not announced was that we watermarked.
You know, at this point, why don't they just be like, and his dead wife and his dead daughter and his dead other son, they're all criminals. All them two had something to do. They voted.
Yeah, and they're also dead from being such a big crime family. That's extra illegal, I think. And then they went out and voted twice, actually, in different counties.
Mm-hmm.
All the ballots with what I said at QFS blockchain, which is a very hard encryption code to break. And the
QFS blockchain? Kayla, I know a little bit about blockchain.
Okay.
What do you say? QFS blockchain? HDF, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not smart enough.
Yeah, because this 70-year-old guy really looks like he knows about blockchain.
The second thing we sent is probably 20,000 or more. A national 48 hours ago, none of it was reported, and I thank the press for not reporting it and others. So what in fact is happening is you're seeing a sophisticated sting operation that was initiated by Trump. Yeah. I'm just a lowly peasant in this game, and honestly, I was informed that I could say something about it today, only last night. That's why I could not come on.
Well, you've just
the reverse of what you guys have been thinking. It's not a civil war. We have not been surprised.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know.
Anyway,
is he on a show?
Set up by Trump for a long, long time. In the same way that we knew about Hillary Clinton, I warned about the coup that we would do a counter coup. This is our counter coup again against the Bidens. And that's exactly what we expect.
What website is this from? Why do they clip everything so you don't know where it's from? Tyler Sonnenmaker. What the hell? August 17th? Okay.
Yeah, because all this shit is lies. They're lying.
Like, is this the only article? Is this article about? This is from August.
I don't even know. And also, it's like, why is this guy for Trump? He says he's tried to sabotage mail-in voting. Like, that's in the headline. Like, okay, so you're committing. You know, he committed a crime there, right? That's a crime.
Dude,
the mail, the corruption of USPS, corruption with the Democrats, everywhere and anywhere. There was no surprise here. And that's why we deployed national guard soldiers to 12 different states.
But let's take a look. Okay? And okay, could this all be a bunch of bullshit, or did it really happen?
Probably.
Pennsylvania had 500,000 more votes than people in Redwood. North Carolina had 500,000 more votes. Nevada had 150,000 more votes.
Does it say when this, like, graph or whatever, when this was put together? Because some people can register up until, like, election day.
I think they have same-day voting in some places.
Yeah.
What states have same-day voting? Let's see. Also, yeah, that chart was probably from, like, last year or something. Let's see.
21 states plus the
21
District
states?
of Columbia. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What the hell? Where did you see that?
As of June 30th, 2019, 21 states in the District of Columbia.
Okay, here. We'll go. What's that one have? Nevada has it. Pennsylvania does not have it. Minnesota has it.
Yeah.
North Carolina has it.
Nevada.
Wisconsin. Michigan.
Yep.
Probably should know Michigan, but Arizona does not. Georgia does not. Okay.
Votes than people registered. Georgia had 100,000 more votes than people registered. Now, the argument here is that a lot of these registered at the time of voting. They had in-ballot registration, which...
Can we pull up the actual vote count? Like, because they don't have that in there, do they? That's not in the graph, right?
I
It
don't
just
know.
says register. Go back up. It just says registered
We'll
and
cover
then
these
projected votes. Is
Oh,
that
okay. So, let's you want to do Pennsylvania? Let's see. I wonder if that is out.
Can you just do like election result? Yeah. Okay. So
Okay,
yeah, that's
so-
probably about 7 million.
Well,
Is it? I don't know.
it's 6.7 million,
Oh,
and
So that's-
almost 6.5 million was registered.
so I mean that's not a huge. That's not as much as
registered at
they.
the time of voting. They
you
had
know.
Right.
in-ballot registration.
It's actually just under 6.5 million, and they're expecting 7 million, just over 7 million, but it was not quite that much. It was actually closer to that number.
Yeah. The
What is this
registered
website? World Population Review. I bet you Evan doesn't do this. Okay, what do we got? This kind of looks like what they're talking about, right? Let's look at the Pennsylvania one. It is a little bit different.
Is that okay? What graph is this from?
Yeah, what is this from? Source realclearpolitics.com and oh, okay, so Real Clear Politics. I wonder if this is the right-wing website. You know, because the GOP does that thing where they make
Yeah.
they make an ironic name. Well, a lot of red.
It doesn't look that legit though, honestly.
Well, no, it might be a reasonable place
I don't know.
for Real
'cause-
Clear Politics.
I don't know. I mean, they're saying like I saw a headline on that website that said like Trump should win the Pennsylvania lawsuit, and it's like I haven't heard anything. All I've heard was all of them are dead on arrival.
I like to go to these websites and see if they have a mission statement, you know? See what's up on it.
Well, maybe not. One of them is how Republicans are trying to undermine democracy. That's true.
Yeah, I don't even see anything about like what they're all about. Okay, so what does that chart look like?
Registered. A lot of these...
It's so shitty when they do this because I can't pull up what they're looking at. You think I want to just see some of the data? Come on. All right, we'll come back to this.
It's
We're
registered
halfway.
at the time of voting. They had in-ballot registration, which we'll cover at some other time, whether time's valid or not. In other words, they showed up at the ballot station and said, I'm going to register now they registered, they got their ballot, and they voted. Now, they bring up, and there's an Associated Press release that hasn't been released that I'm going to show you in a minute also. But the question is, and this is on DHS, which DHS did print the ballots, but they embedded a radioactive isotope in water.
Wait. Why is it radioactive? Isn't that
but
dangerous?
DHS printed the ballots? Has the Department of Homeland Security always printed ballots?
Oh, not that I know of, but I obviously haven't looked that up. But
I mean, when did the Department of Homeland Security begin? Wasn't it
like 2002? No.
Yeah, no, I mean
Bush?
It was after 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this something Homeland Security has always done?
No,
I thought it was local.
Here we go. Ballot makers get business by submitting to local governments.
Yeah.
Local.
Is the Wall Street Journal...
that's not Homeland Security, people.
Is Wall Street Journal leftist? Are they going to say, yeah, you're going to believe anything by the
Well,
Wall Street Journal?
Republicans love money. Wall Street Journal should be right up their alley, though, right?
Right. But I always thought that I always thought that it was local governments that did the election, handled the elections, which would encompass printing the ballots as well, right?
Yeah.
They don't mail in a certificate to the federal government and say, "Can you please print these for us and make sure you put trackers on them?" What the fuck? and
that are also radioactive.
Yeah,
people are touching these things, you know.
And the idea that Trump would go and change that behind everyone's back and and that's the thing, and he'd be sneaky about it too and not talk about how we're putting radioactive blockchain trackers on these things. I don't even know what that is, but can you get me a milkshake, please? Like, dude, no. He would have been talking about this the whole however long it takes to set this up.
Right.
Mark onto the legal ballots. A quick scan can pick up the identifying features to validate the vote. This could be a way to authenticate the 138,000 mysterious ballots that showed up in Michigan when morning after
ballots.
State official called an end to the count and said it would resume later in the morning. I did a video earlier, whereas at 4 o'clock in the morning, an hour before they resumed.
This is so dumb. Okay, they just mysteriously showed up in Michigan. Where? Where in Michigan? Which voting center did these ballots all show up?
Well, Michigan. They were just there, okay? I was watching the TV. They said this money, and then the next thing I know, it said this money plus 138,000 extra. Conspiracy? All right? They're stealing the election, Kayla. Trump was behind at the time, too, but still. All right? Okay? Seriously? All right?
Well, they had coolers going, and people were thirsty. Suitcases,
coolers.
Had forgotten to bring a change of underwear. I mean, maybe they were reading the ballots and they shit their chickens.
What?
But they needed suitcases. Now, according to
see
what
why
I
people
heard,
watch
the
this,
news
dude.
says that those were actually equipment for one of the news services. Well, I happen to know for a fact. Okay. If you do, I do videos, okay? I mean, I've seen news services. There are special cases that they put everything in that protects it. They don't use cases in coolers. It is a design case for that particular piece of equipment. But this...
He's talking... What?
I don't know. He's talking about how people had coolers in the voting centers, I guess.
To
and
bring
that
in,
means that they were bringing in, ballots, like...
So instead of bottles of water, they were bringing in non-radioactive ballots?
Yeah.
Could be a way to authenticate the ballots. In fact, the counting started up again only an hour later. So will DHS follow the watermark?
Counting started up again at only an hour later. At 4 a.m., these people have been counting all night, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the polls closed. And then they took an hour off to probably rest. And bring in coolers full of non-radioactive ballots that were fraud. And then all of a sudden there's more. Like, what? What is he?
To verify the election results. It appears that this will happen. Now, let's take a look at this next article. Okay, you guys heard me talk about how the Associated Press has a...
DHS announces election audit sting after contentious U.S. election sparks confusion and outrage from election skeptics. Can I find this article? If I put the headline in.
And it just says verified Department HS, Department of Homeland Security.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have to double check it then,
Okay.
right? DHS announces election audit. Ooh. Let's see. That might be enough. Well, the first thing that came up was a fact check by Reuters. Okay, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and finish watching the video and you know, at least take it seriously. Take this dude seriously, even though I've never heard him say anything that was not a fucking bullshit lie. But I'm not even seeing this main article.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
Service.
Wait. What's this? Ink or pink? Stink.
Basically, the articles that they put out.
Oh, okay. Well, there is something about it. It's not this article, but possible DHS election by Michael by 247sports.com.
Oh,
They know the inside scope.
Okay. Yeah. And they can also tell me who to bet on, right? All right.
Out or the stories that they put out, that is the official narrative. That's what other stations, other news services use to create their news. Of course, they tailor their audience, but essentially they're going to stay within that narrative. Now, they use a service called OneWire, and you have to be within an approved or authoritative news agency. I hate using that because just because you may be authoritative doesn't mean that you are being honest. It could be that you're a propaganda outlet. But anyway, you've got to have the credentials to get into this. Now, this according to what he's stating, is actually on OneWire. Although no one has released this information yet. They've kept it quiet. But it is on there. It is a news service, and he's leaking it to the public. At least that's his story. So this could be fake, it could be real. But I'm going to, again, my job is to give you guys the information. You decide what you want to do with it.
I love that.
HS.
I love that. That way, if he's wrong, he's not going to be like, well,
Yeah.
I never said for sure it happened.
I
Oh,
normally
yeah,
go
for
to
sure.
bed about
Gotta
8
cover
or
his own
8
ass.
hours sleep. So I'm running on fumes here.
Poor guy.
DHS announces election audit sting after contentious U.S. election sparks confusion and outrage from election skeptics.
From America Decides 2020. That's him on another date.
Oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, yeah.
Turn of events, the Department of Homeland Security announced that there was a federal government planned and executed for this election. It was established that this was intentional to determine the margin of fraud in the election system. With confusion in the election results as it is, the amount of fraud identifiers found on this sting is staggering. More than 14 million ballots have been reviewed nationwide for the Department of Security's
Hey, can you click on that second link statement from...
Statement from CISA Director Krebs following final day of voting. Following the final day, Krebs issued the following statement. Over the last 4 years, CISA has been part of a whole of nation effort to ensure American voters decide American elections. Importantly, after millions of Americans voted, we have no evidence of any foreign adversary was capable of preventing Americans from voting or changing vote tallies. Okay. No foreign adversary, but they didn't say anything about Biden.
Yeah, so...
That's proof. Otherwise, they would have said Biden didn't do any, right? Okay.
held in election countermeasures as of 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. 80% of the ballots have failed ballot integrity checks under this measure. Standard election counter nationwide for the Department of Homeland Security. 14 million ballots have been reviewed nationwide for the Department of Homeland Security's new Eldon counter
They said 14 million ballots had been reviewed.
Oh, did he?
election counter on this thing is staggering. More than 14 million ballots have been reviewed nationwide for the Department of Homeland Security's election countermeasures as of 7:18 p.m. Eastern Standard. 80% of the ballots have failed ballot integrity checks under this measure. A debrief of the election countermeasures from the Department of Homeland Security can be found below. The highest frequency of these non-marked ballots is coming from Arizona and Michigan, where well over 48% of the counted ballots did not contain the watermark. These votes are overwhelmingly supportive of the Democratic candidate Joseph
Show
Biden.
me the Carfax.
The election countermeasures was not endorsed or briefed with the president. Now, earlier in the video, you saw that he was saying that the president did. No, again, my job is just to tell you what's going on. Or candidate Biden. This was a background audit that has been planned since as early as May 2018.
What?
In this scenario, it is too certain to tell what the results of the audit will tell us to do. Again, this hasn't been put out.
Tell us to do.
This time, this press was, at least with me, I was able to view it through very questionable means. It remains viewed, but
so I
not
can't
online.
tell you
Look
any
at
of
the
the
date
details.
on this. It was November 4th. Today's November 5th. We're going into November 6th, okay? November 4th, 2028. Where Steve came out on the infomercial video was today, on the 5th.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay. How many people they got working at the freaking Homeland or Department of Homeland Security that they're able to review 14 million ballots in what, less than a day, because they had to write out the article
Right.
too.
Yeah, that's a good question. What is the size of the DHS? Unless they put all those Mexicans they have in cages to work.
Oh, maybe.
That's
I mean,
free labor.
You know,
I mean, that's just smart.
that's that seems on brand for them.
I don't even know how to search that. 240,000 employees. Okay.
Okay,
For
so
Homeland Security.
okay, so if let's just say all of them were reviewing ballots, still, you think they could get through 14 million in less than a day?
If they're all working an 8-hour day, let's see, we got
And also, remember, these votes also have to have been counted by Michigan and all these other states first, and then the department reviewed them, correct? Because they were counted in the vote, allegedly.
all they have to do is use all 240,000 employees, then have them go through 58 ballots before the end of the day. Yeah. So Michigan counted their ballots on November 3rd, and then at 4 a.m. they took a break. Rushed them over to Homeland Security.
Okay.
Homeland Security woke their asses up and said, "Get to work. You just got to count 60, and then we're good." And they were like, "Dude, it's so crazy. More than half of them are radioactive. Can I go to the doctor?" I hope their health insurance is good. Okay, so yeah, that is a great point. The timeline doesn't really add up.
No.
Here's my take on this guy. Whoever he is, I don't know who this guy is. They didn't say who it was, right? Did I miss it?
I can't remember.
Have you seen those Trump rallies where they interview somebody and it's like it's an old guy wearing a well, not necessarily a flowered shirt, but it's definitely a shirt and pants that are filthy, probably covered in gravy, and they've got shit in their beard and missing teeth, and they're like, "Trump's done so much for me, man. I've made 4 times the amount of money I did in Trump's 4 years than I did in 8 years of Obama." Mm-hmm. You know, there was a really good video of that, like a Snapchat. But I've heard that before. I've heard people say that, like as if it qualifies that Trump is good. I made more money.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Dale, how much money did you make? How much more money did you make? You just said 4 times more. Did you make like 50 grand and now you're making 200 grand? Because that gravy stain on your shirt sure doesn't tell the same story. But That's this guy to me. I don't know who he is, and I feel like he's just saying, like he's doing that shit where it's like, no. This is absolutely what's happening.
Yeah.
I definitely make more money now than I did before, but don't ask me to prove it. Now, don't ask me to prove that this is happening. I got it from a very shady source, and their life is in danger for me even doing this. Okay. You want to go to that Facebook?
Yeah.
Fact check. Now let's see what they. Oh shit. It's gone.
Maybe can you reload the page?
Wait, info.
Oh, with the related article.
Where?
Down further.
Ah, here we go. Now let's see what the leftist Facebook is saying about this. Okay, so this is from a website, leadstories.com. I'm not terribly familiar with them. This is what I usually try to do. Oh, okay, here. About us. I like websites that sort of have a mission statement. Even if it's untrue, it's usually pretty revealing of what their nature is. It's a fact-checking website. It's always looking for the latest false, deceptive, or inaccurate stories making the rounds on the internet. Okay, Lead Stories is a verified signatory of the IFCN Code of Principles. I can't say I'm terribly familiar with what that is, but it sounds pretty legit. A Facebook third-party fact-checking partner and a member of the Coronavirus Facts Alliance. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Right off the bat, it says it's a hoax. Well, I'm good. Good night. Department of Homeland Security did not craft an election fraud sting with watermarked ballots. All right. No, it's not true. The design, printing, and auditing of ballots are processes managed by the state and local affection. Yes!
Yep.
I was right.
You're right.
All right, so we're done. Okay. One of many versions of this rumor appeared when it was uploaded to Facebook in that post that Evan shared. Here's what the post looked like. Okay, yeah.
They took the bait. What?
Where do you
is
see that?
Down further. There's a bunch of memes and shit.
The video shows the interview that Dr. Steve Piesniak, I don't know, made with host Owen Schroyer of the Infowars.com show The War Room. Oh, that's who that guy was.
Okay.
All right, well, it was on Infowars.
Yeah.
It was on Infowars. Also, that
That's
guy's
all we need to
a
know.
doctor?
That's all we need to know.
I wonder if we can look this guy up. What is he a doctor of, do you think? Or is it like in the show Archer, where he just changed his first name to Doctor? Dr. Krieger. Okay, Steve Piesniak.
He's Cuban?
Did they spell his name wrong? I mean, I copied and pasted it. Okay, let's see. Cuban-born American writer, publisher, psychiatrist, and former U.S. Department of State official. Education. Claims in his autobiography to have received a full scholarship to Cornell by the age of 16. Received a BA degree in pre-medicine and psychology in 1964, and later received his MD from Cornell Medical College.
Oh.
He attained his PhD in international relations from MIT while studying at Harvard Medical School.
Mike, this guy, I don't trust this guy. Can we go to civil service career? The first line. He was Deputy Assistant Secretary of State under Henry Kissinger.
Oh.
And Henry Kissinger has mastermind like the CIA interfering in Latin American countries and stuff like that. So I mean, this actually makes sense if this is true, because this is a Henry Kissinger playbook thing,
That, I mean, it does make sense. What you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting history. So, who gave him the information, do you think? Who gave him this information? Whether it's true or false information, who gave him the information? Who booked him on Alex Jones, and who gave him that flowered shirt? I don't know. So, all right.
But are we sure this is him? No, right? I mean, it is a pretty, unique name, the last name anyway.
Okay. Who is Dr. Steve Piesniak? The pro-Trumper and former White House hostage negotiator.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 76.
I mean, that picture looked odd, but psychiatry, yeah, that's him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, and what, he's got his own...
Yeah, this guy...
He's trying to get followers.
Yeah.
He's trying to write a book or something. Okay. So, going on the InfoWars, the sinking ship. Good call. All right. So, fact check continues. Oh, and they talk about the Hawaiian shirt. Speaks as if he has inside information about a secret Department of Homeland Security plan. Another version of his rumor originated with an article published by the website Tree of Liberty. Oh, good. We can find Tree of Liberty. What? Oh, is it treeofliberty.com? Okay. By the website Tree of Liberty, which also sells Boogaloo merchandise. Oh. Okay.
I guess
And
it doesn't
QAnon
say...
has a whole bunch of theories on it.
I guess it
Okay.
doesn't technically say it's a .com, though. It could be something else, you know?
Yeah, but maybe Google's censoring it so that I can't read all this cutting-edge information. So here's all these QAnon screenshots, like they took the bait. The ultimate trump card to bring down the House of Cards intelligence insider. Trump set up Democrats in a sting operation to catch them stealing the election.
Huh.
Well, he's definitely waiting long enough to play. What is he waiting until January? He's gonna drop a bombshell and be like, "Wait, I got these 14 million radioactive ballots."
Yeah. Why hasn't Trump said anything at all about this sting?
Because he's waiting.
You know?
It's like the art of war. Just like the book says, you wait, you study your enemy, you keep asking your aides to get you more fast food in the middle of the night because you're depressed. Okay, so the watermark, but yeah, so there's reality check. The DHS and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency do not design or audit ballots, which are processed by state and local election officials. That's it. One of the main points is that the ballots are printed all the way down to the local level. Even two people who live right across the street from each other might have different ballots because of a difference in school district. In LA County, for example, he said that there are 230,000 different potential ballot styles.
Okay, so that makes it even harder to,
There's no...
do
so
this.
Okay, that's just ridiculous. Fact check, mainstream media is not censoring AP1. This is different. Okay, well, Evan asked... He was doing a thing that guy from Masters Report was doing. Well... Not that, but like he's like, do you think this is real? Well, oh yeah, is it possible, do you think? Facebook doesn't even want us discussing it. No, it's just that...
Oh, also, I like how you put, go back up. This is what the left wants? Why is this the left that's doing the censoring? Like, why is he blaming it on Democrats or liberals?
Yeah, dude, everything that is suspicious or everything that's wrong is because of the left.
Yeah.
And if
it can never be because of the right, because the Republicans never.
they're just trying to maintain the rights in the Constitution, okay?
Sure,
And the
they
left's
are.
trying to steal it. Like, your right to die from cancer because you can't afford medicine. That's in the Constitution, okay? So, I would say that this is stupid. This guy's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm upset that I gave him one more view. I might as well give him a down vote. Fuck this guy. Of course Evan watches him. And he doesn't answer it. He's like, I don't know. I'm just here to share this propaganda with you.
Yeah, seriously.
But it sure seems pretty serious to me. But what do I know? I'm just doing a podcast in my garage with almost 200,000 subscribers. Jesus. That's only on YouTube, too. Oh, my God. This guy, for real. I made 4 times as much money under the Trump administration than under Obama. I made $42. No, man. No. All right. I'm done with this one. Now, close. Just for a... Let's watch this screenshot guy.
That is Congress's job
It's from last year. Seems so long ago, huh?
With furs as
Hubba
short as
hubba.
her shorts, it's a sign of the times that one guy's
Get the big
laughter
gulp,
is
baby.
so contagious,
Yup.
it
Yup.
will
Oh my god, this guy.
Hashtag green shirt guy was showered with green hearts.
Good for
Can't
him.
stop laughing at you laughing. Even comedian Patton Oswalt was smitten. I love you, green shirt guy. I love you. I truly, truly love you. Will the real green shirt...
That's what needs to happen. Is these guys come up there. She's like, they're putting they're putting radioactive ballots in the mail, and then we're paying cats to come and take them back to Homeland Security. And if the cat dies, then it's obviously a Biden cat radiation trap. I see it says I drew a picture of a cat. Is it on this side? I'm trying to finish my big gulp. Okay. Get him, green shirt guy. Oh my god. So stupid. How long do you think they worked on those signs? They were up all night.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
what I
up
was gonna
all
say.
night.
All day.
They went to 3 different Walgreens to buy smokes and markers.
And the big gulp.
And the big guy's finishing it from last night. Stopped by on the way to this meeting and got a free refill. That's just smart. It's $1.29 for a fucking drink. Okay. And then Evan asked. Okay. No, I'm not getting into that. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. Interesting, though. It's just like that guy from Master's Report. I find it interesting. What do you think? I'm just here to report. Now, Tucker's obviously a liar. I don't know what he's saying, but there's a good chance it's a lie.
And a racial agitator. That's for sure.
I don't know. I'll give him a shot. Maybe. The thing is, I shouldn't, but I do. Maybe he's got something. Oh my god, it's not 23 minutes long.
Ew, no.
Okay.
I don't know if I could sit through Tucker for 23 minutes, Mike.
I'm gonna do this, okay? Because he talks slow for his audience, and we can do it. All right, let's go.
Tucker Carlson tonight. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. In case you haven't noticed, it's hard to trust anything you hear right now.
Yeah, he's right. I'm done. November 9th, and that's last night's broadcast.
We've heard you. We're grateful that you trust us. We'll try to be worthy of your trust. We want to begin tonight by discussing some of the things no doubt you have heard about last week's presidential election. There are conflicting versions of virtually every part of that story. But as of right now, here's what we think we know. For much of election night, Donald Trump seemed to be leading in a number of key swing states. On early Wednesday morning, he began to fall behind. That trend continued more or less for several days. On Saturday, the media declared Joe Biden the president-elect. Biden quickly accepted that judgment. The Biden campaign now has something called the Office of the President-elect. It sounds official, of course, is the point of setting it up. And in the end, it's possible it will be official. If, after all the questions have been answered, it becomes clear that Joe Biden is the legitimate winner of the presidential election, we will accept that and we'll encourage others too.
I'm
For Americans
surprised.
first, we want what is best for this country. We want our system of government to continue. Whether it does continue, though, depends in part on how we proceed from here. As of tonight, tens of millions of Americans suspect that this election was stolen from them. That means we now live in a country where a large percentage of our population no longer...
You think it's tens of millions of Americans think that, really?
Well, 70 million people voted for Trump, for Christ's sake.
Well, I mean, that is true. It's just like from those crowds of Trump supporters with assault weapons,
I would say
showing up to...
I would say at least 25% of them are not accepting it. I mean, that's all I've been seeing is that, and not accepting it is just as easy as like, well, they're still counting. They don't have to be the ones out in the streets like pointing their guns at black kids or anything, but like they're the ones that are on Facebook like, I really hope that really hoping that when it recounts that Arizona's gonna flip, and then you're gonna see how powerful the Supreme Court really is. Like, okay. Or like, what was that one guy that was talking to you today? He was like, oh, you think it's over? Ha! You better save this because I'm going to rub your nose in it later when Donald Trump's president for another 4 years.
Yeah, because, you know. And it's like, I don't understand what these people think is going to occur, even if there is a recount or after all the count is done or whatever they want, whatever their goal is. Like, you know, the only way Trump wins right now is if he gets ballots thrown out in certain states or ballots magically show up, like those, you know, 100,000 Michigan ballots that just showed up one day. So if either of those two things happen, then yeah, maybe Trump has a chance, but that's not going to happen. Like, a recount is just going to confirm Biden is the winner. That's it.
Unless they see that none of the ballots are radioactive, right? Or are they none of the ballots or all of the ballots are radioactive? I don't remember what he was saying. It wasn't clear. I couldn't get past the Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, but then, like, okay, the radioactive ballots, so they have to be radioactive
you know what? It was
It's
that the Homeland Security printed up, 150 million ballots? Is that right? How many ballots were there?
I thought there said
They found 14. They checked 14 million.
They checked 14, but
how many ballots? If Homeland Security printed up all of the ballots, that means that they printed up like close to 150 million ballots. Because wasn't it like 70 million for each candidate ish?
It's over that now.
Yeah, so like 150. Let's just say 150 mil.
Yeah.
That means that they printed up 150 million ballots that were radioactive watermarks, and cryptocurrency or not crypto in blockchain. It just the fact that they said they're going to add blockchain, let's add blockchain in it because nobody understands what blockchain is. You're going to be like, wow, radioactive watermarks, huh? Why would you need blockchain in that mess? Oh, well, then I can scan the QR code and see that this was made by the Department of Homeland Security. What?
But that's what makes it like valid. So it has to be validated, but they has to be the Homeland Security ones to be correct or right? Or
if you really wanted to track something like that, you would only need the radioactive watermark, or that doesn't even need to be a radioactive watermark. It could be any other sort of tracking thing. If the Homeland Security printed up 150 million ballots, but the idea is that they gave these radioactive watermarks that also had blockchain in it, and they distributed that to all the states, and that's what everyone voted on, and so all the fake printed ballots don't have radioactive watermark blockchain QR codes on it. Like, okay, why would you need blockchain involved in that? Because it sounds confusing and no one knows what it is.
Yeah, it's a fancy word.
Mike knows what it is.
And then stupid Trump supporters will be like, "Oh man, this guy knows what he's talking about. He said blockchain.
It's a radioactive block cheese watermark, okay?" Come on, Tucker,
that sounds smart.
Democracy is real.
Makes me hungry.
And also dangerous. It could easily get worse. What we're doing in response is hardly the solution. It is making our country much more volatile. It is setting us up for something bad. In a democracy,
well, he's true about that. Donald Trump and what the Republicans are doing is setting us up for something bad. Because they aren't accepting the results of a free and fair election. That's shit that goes down in like third world countries, Mike.
Yeah,
that's a coup type thing.
But remember, he didn't even accept the election results in 2016. He won, and he's like, there were still all these illegal voters.
I thought he did immediately, even before he got to 270.
He accepted the results of the election, but he still said there was all sorts of voter fraud without any evidence at all. And when he became president, he put together an election or voter fraud investigation task force or something along those lines. That these were people that got paid full time to investigate these claims. Could not find a shred of evidence.
What a surprise.
And they just kind of quietly swept that under the rug. Pretended like he didn't put a task force together. Same thing when he accused Obama of spying on his campaign.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Obama won two in a row, so I'd be suspicious too.
Ignore honest questions from citizens. You're not allowed. You can't dismiss them out of hand as crazy or immoral for asking. Just cut away from coverage you don't like. You can't simply
I sure as hell can.
Oh, especially when they're lying their asses off. The guy, they said Mike, in that press conference he's mentioning, they mentioned a whistleblower that they have from Pennsylvania. Guess what came out? Guess what article that I read that just came out today that said that that same whistleblower recanted his story. No more whistleblower, huh? Because they're relying their asses off. And that press conference should not have been showed by anyone.
The Trump...
The Kayleigh McEnany. Yeah, right.
Press con. I should do what they do. And when it's an adversary, you intentionally get their name wrong. So, what was it? The Kayla McManerberry?
Hey, don't give her my name.
No, that's it.
Is it the Karen? Karen
McManerberry. She went out and she told us to sell all our dogs' feet.
Accept an outcome. Because force doesn't work in a democracy. That's dictatorship. In a free society, you have to convince the public of your legitimacy. You have to win them over with reason. Democracy is always a voluntary arrangement. Telling voters to shut up is never enough. So in this case, tonight, there's only one way to lower the national temperature and unite the country. We need to find out exactly what happened in this election. And there are questions, and that means we have to answer them. For example, in Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Michigan, the Trump campaign has now collected signed affidavits that attest to criminal activity during the voting process. In the city of Detroit, agencies have alleged, under oath, that ballots were improperly backdated and counted without matching signatures.
Is that the one that the judge threw out immediately because it was hearsay?
Well, that's the only lawsuit that I've heard that's come out of Michigan.
The only one I heard about in Michigan, and that, there's even a Zoom call of it, and the lawyer's like, well, this is an official signed affidavit where they said that they definitely heard someone say it, and the judge is like, that's hearsay. No. But it's an official, no.
All right.
Do you got someone that's going to come on and say that, they saw it?
Yeah.
Come on. Right. So what are these the other? Is everything else the same way?
Probably.
It's all fabricated. We're 10% of the way.
A watcher alleges that 40,000 unsealed absentee ballots were counted orally, and all of them went for Democrats. In the state of Nevada, 8 whistleblowers from within the Nevada Election Department say they witnessed voter fraud abetted by other election officials and by their supervisors. In one affidavit, a poll worker saw people bringing handfuls of ballots to a Biden-Harris campaign van. Those ballots were then filled out at the van, placed in return envelopes.
They were.
Eventually, Biden supporters formed a wall to block outsiders from seeing what they were doing. Meanwhile, according to voting records, people who were not even alive still managed to vote on Tuesday. In New York, deceased voters cast absentee ballots. On October 9th in Nevada, a man called Fred Stokes Jr. mailed in his vote. The only problem was Fred Stokes Jr. died 3 years ago at the at 92.
Oh, you mean the Republican? Wasn't that the Republican Rudy was talking about?
Rudy was talking about some Republican that voted.
Yeah, and you know a story that I heard years ago is that the only party that's ever tried to put dead people on a voting registry is, spoiler alert, the Republicans.
Okay, that makes sense. Because the Democrats are so good at rigging elections that they don't get caught putting dead people on ballots, right?
Okay, because the Democrats, they have literal intelligence. The Republicans just have the figurative intelligence.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
The Republican Party of Nevada says it is aware of hundreds of other potential cases of dead people casting ballots.
They're aware of hundreds of other cases. So how many cases, when he just referenced off all those names, all those anecdotes, how many is he talking about? 1 or 2 at a time? And then they're also aware of hundreds of others. Why? Where's the sources, Tucker?
Yeah, let's show us the hundreds.
No, it's not here. Just sign up for Tucker Carlson tonight at 5.
I love how the comments are turned off.
Yeah, he knows better. He knows better.
In Pennsylvania, records show turnout from several people who were born in the 19th century. They apparently rose from their graves to vote. Now, all of that is real. We spent all weekend checking false claims, false fraud.
I remember they said what else was real was about Hunter Biden's laptop, and we've got Hunter's laptop data, and it's very real and it's very damning. But it got lost in the mail, and we're not going to tell you who lost it, but oh my gosh, dude, you guys, it's so bad. Dude, it's so bad that somebody figured out what package the only copy that was on a USB was in, and then opened it up and stole it because, oh my god, dude, we can't let Biden's laptop, they can't let it go live because it's going to swing the election. So we're looking into it, guys, but trust us, it's bad. I haven't seen what it is, and we don't have another copy, but it's bad. Whatever happened with that laptop? Did they ever get
I don't know. I haven't heard
They
anything.
did. They got it the next day,
before
right?
the election.
They got the flash drive.
Yeah, they ended up getting something.
UPS came out and they're like, "Hey, fucko, we didn't lose your shit. It's right here." And they gave it to him the next day. And then Tucker's like, "Man, yeah, so that just magically turned up." And our staff's going through it right now, but there's a lot. And honestly, we're not going to be able to have enough time to go through it all and show it to you before next week's election. But we're going to take the high road here, and we're not gonna attack someone's son. He's not running for president. Like, all of a sudden, like, where's this 180? Ain't nothing on that goddamn flash drive except emails from fucking spam dick enlarging pills things of fucking Biden's son. Jesus Christ.
As the fraud itself. So we need to be careful and responsible. All. But what we just told you is true, and there's more of it. Just hours ago in the state of Georgia, an election official admitted they will find illegal votes and double voters when they check the voter rolls.
Admitted?
Let me be perfectly clear on another point. We are going to find that people did illegally vote. That's going to happen. There are going to be double voters. There are going to be people who shouldn't have the qualifications of a registered voter to vote in the state. That will be found. Is it 10,353? Unlikely. But every election, as I've said, I think every day at this podium, is imperfect.
We are going
Why
to
are you
find that
guaranteeing
people
to find?
did illegally vote. That's going to happen. That is an official account before even counting the votes from a key swing state in the middle of a contested election. And of course, you can believe it because we've already found illegal voting.
Okay.
So much for those claims.
But this is why they have a stringent system to make sure that, you know, there's safeguards to prevent these votes from getting counted, though, right? Because, like, he didn't say that they're gonna find them and they're gonna count them. He just said they'll find some. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, they didn't say that they counted them in the election.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, like, we might find... What's the definition of an illegal vote? I mean, he said we're going to find illegal votes. We're going to find people that voted twice. Is that necessarily, like, the same thing? I don't know. I don't want to rewind it. I don't really know what he was saying.
Yeah.
Claims that voter fraud never happens. Of course it happens. They knew it happened when they told us it would never happen because they're liars. So we know that for sure.
How much does it happen, Tucker?
You're a liar.
Does not seem to be enough to alter the election results. We should be honest and tell you that. Of course, that could change.
Oh.
But changing the election results is not the whole point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
And that should horrify us. If you want people to believe that our system is real, that our system is worth joining the military and dying to protect, then you've got to get to the bottom of what just happened, and you've got to do it as quickly and responsibly as you can. You can't have fraud in an election because no one will believe in elections, and then things fall apart. But gathering facts is the last thing our media, our designated fact gatherers, seem to want to do. Instead, they're demanding that you shut up and accept Joe Biden. Period. That's their verdict. Verdict accepted. And if you don't accept it, they'll hurt you.
Time out. There's actually more fraud occurring than actually gets reported and prosecuted. Yet little hard evidence of widespread voter fraud has turned up. Yep, after the 2016 election, Trump alleged that as many as 5 million illegal voters had been cast for his opponent, or votes had been cast for his opponent, Clinton. But an election integrity commission he formed to investigate the matter did not turn up evidence of widespread fraud. Multiple independent studies by academic researchers, you know, the lefties, and news outlets, also lefty, similarly found no proof of rampant fraud in the election. It doesn't happen often at all, said a law professor and voting expert. But when it happens, it's a one-off. One person decides to file a false ballot or something
So
like
what
that.
the okay, so who was that other guy then? Who was talking on Georgia's behalf?
I have no idea who he was. Did Tucker introduce
And
him?
is he Republican? I would love to know that also.
We're at 5. Oh, maybe he's like a member of the Georgia Senate or something.
Is aware of hundreds of other potential cases of dead casting ballots. In Pennsylvania, records show turnout from several people who were born in the 19th century. They apparently rose from their graves to vote. All of that is real. We spent all weekend checking it. False claims of fraud can be every bit as destructive as the fraud itself. So we need to be careful and responsible.
Yeah, you do. You should. You
we just told you it's true, and there's more of it. Just hours ago in the state of Georgia, an election.
What we just told you is true, and there's more of it. Just keep in mind that a federal judge ruled that Tucker's show is not legally obligated to speak the truth at all. It's
entertainment.
And they do not have any obligation from this lawsuit so that he could get rid of any responsibility of lying to his audience. They do not have any obligation to be truthful and honest, but they can say whatever the fuck they want.
And this is from last night?
Last night. Well, it was posted yesterday, so maybe the night before.
Okay, so this election official just came out, what, last night or the day before, to say this. After how many days after the election? Like...
Call it the 7th, so what, 4 days after?
Yeah.
He's like, we will find... But
you're almost done counting, though. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, this guy's a fucking... shit. This guy's a fucking
really
moron.
Interesting fella. Yeah.
They will illegal votes and...
But, like, it's like he admitted they will find. Like, what do you mean they admitted they will find? Like, he's making a statement that, like, yeah, we're gonna find illegal votes. Like, dude, I don't know how you admit you're gonna find illegal votes unless you're the one saying, like, yeah, I was engaged in putting illegal votes up, and I'm admitting that you're gonna find it. What?
Yeah.
Admitting? Like, you're claiming. You're expecting to find illegal votes.
I wonder how many votes they have left to count in Georgia. Like, that's because, I don't know.
Try it, buddy, and you'll find out.
Whoa. You're talking tough shit, huh, Tucker?
They'll hurt you.
What?
No one in this country is going to set up a, quote, resistance.
They'll hurt you. They'll rape you in your sleep.
Those resist stickers, you remember? No, those are for Range Rovers only. Pickup trucks allowed. Try it, buddy, and you'll find out.
Tucker's such a tough guy.
Well, this morning, a prominent anchorman at CNN sent this tweet to Trump supporters. Quote, I empathize with those guys dealing with losing. But at a certain point, one has to think not only about what only is for the nation, peaceful transfer of power, but how any employers might see your character defined during adversity. Got that? That character is on trial here.
Well,
my God.
There's a good point here. A lot of these Trump supporters need to put that on their resume, otherwise they're not going to get hired at Larry's Drywall and shit. You know, like if you can drive a truck and you voted for Trump, then you can help and put the roof on. Otherwise, I don't want no damn liberals. Okay, got that college boy.
Future employers, take note. In other words, accept Joe Biden now, or you will never work again. Do what CNN tells you to do, or good luck feeding your family.
Oh my God!
Never make threats that explicit. No, they didn't because they knew the FBI was listening. But in this case,
he's just making like baseless claims.
Yeah,
like,
that's what Tucker do.
After Joe Biden claimed victory on Saturday, CNN released an ad commanding its viewers to accept Joe Biden as their lawful president and holy savior. If you don't let Joe Biden into your heart, there cannot be.
What the fuck? Okay, guys, I can tell you I'll tell you right now. Joe Biden, even though I voted for this guy, is not in my heart, okay?
No. Is that what this ad is supposed to say? That's saying worship our God with complete faith? Because that's a Trump thing.
Yeah.
All right?
And I make an effort to, push back on anything that like Trumpers would do, which is like worship their political leader.
Right.
Because that's insane.
But they're gonna worship their political leader and then turn around and say they want you to worship their political leader. That's crazy. Yeah. Check out the Trump tattoo I got on my gut.
Now more than ever, we need each other to listen, to learn to one another, to rebuild those bonds.
Look, this is sappy, but this isn't telling you to worship my God, worship my savior. But like, I'm not gonna do it because this is already long enough. But like, how many of these Trump ads are like, only Trump can save your soul?
Yeah, only Trump can save you from Joe Biden's America, even though it's
Look
Trump's.
at all the riots that happened under Joe Biden's watch last week. All right, that's what's going to happen for the first time, and probably 200,000+ coronavirus deaths if Joe Biden's president. But Trump's going to vote for him and help him get the election back, and
only
we'll make it another stimulus.
Yeah, and only his whole administration basically will get coronavirus.
Well, most of them already got it, so they're good.
Yeah.
Just like that guy fucking last night. He's like, "What's up, man? Don't touch me. I already had it. Just fucking Christ, get the fuck away from me."
It's over. Now's the time to get time together. Now's the time for healing, or else. So what exactly is the healing that they're looking forward to, that they're commanding you to participate in?
They're asking you guys to quit being brazen assholes.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Just quit being dicks.
And violent.
And violent. Yeah. But they're not the ones burning down the cities, Kayla. You saw those Black Lives Matter protests? The ones that jacked Evan's car? They went to all the cities and jacked Evan's car. It was a tour. Jesus. It's just like, he's like, the nerve of these people to say, let's move on and let's not hate each other as much. Like, yeah, that'd be nice.
They got a lot of nerve for telling us to do that.
Yeah, these are people that are like, you know, buying the shirts that are liberal tiers.
Yeah, and fuck your feelings.
Fuck your feelings, and just laughing like, yeah, Trump won, fuck you. Oh, well, I hate it when he does this. Well, get over it. He's president. Get over it, you crybaby snowflake bitch. And now, you know, why you trying to be such a jerk? Okay, you don't have to rub it in. Give Trump some time to. Trump some time to, you know, kind of get his groove back, you know, before you start poking fun at the big old bear.
It's our right to not be a part of healing the nation, but also don't count these black votes in Detroit. Mm-hmm. They don't deserve to vote. They don't deserve a vote.
Well, Kayla, those votes should not count because the DNC was blatantly sending around Obama and Biden at these campaign events to try and get the black people to vote for Biden. That's not allowed. That's insane that they would do that. That's something Evan told me, by the way. He said they had Biden and Obama going around just trying to talk black people into voting for him. Yeah, no shit. Why is that a bad thing? That's what they're all doing, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Michelle Obama's thought a lot about healing. In her message of unity, Michelle Obama wrote this, quote, "Let's remember that tens of millions of people voted for the status quo, even when it meant supporting lies, hate, chaos, and division," end quote. That's the unity message. Let's remember who disobeyed. Let's hurt them.
I just hate that it's like all on us. But I mean, I get it, because I'm going to make a broad statement here and say that, you know, we on the left seem a little bit more mentally stable and in control of our emotions for the most part. You know, you can't be responsible for everybody in the liberal group, but it's like, it's always on us to be bigger, to reach out to them, to connect with them. And it's bullshit. It's like they never do shit. Okay, they never have to like reach or cross the aisle to the progressive side.
You got that stimulus check, didn't you? You're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. That was Trump. That came out of his own pocket, and now he has to sell his private helicopter for $1 million. I hope you're happy. But I love that.
That actually makes me happy. Yes.
I love that Tucker is saying, well, they're asking for hope and unity, and look at what this bitch Michelle Obama said. You're going to vote for this man even though he's a hateful, lying bastard? And I'm not going to read the rest of the tweet that's up here, so we've got a lot of work to do to reach out to these folks in the years ahead and connect with them on what unifies us. This is a message of unity. It's in the next sentence that you didn't even blur it out. Mm-hmm. You're just like, that's all she said was hate and lies and can't, like, what?
Let's remember the people who voted for our political opponents.
Remember, Evan asked me, interesting though, right? We heard you, it's hard to trust. Like, what is he asking me about? Like, what is the point of this? Is that, like, Georgia's going to find...
Yeah,
we're 8 minutes into this 23-minute video, and I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and I don't see anything interesting here. All I hear is a bunch of lies.
It's Tucker.
Didn't need to be needed because she hadn't forgotten. Cortez asked this, quote, "Is anyone archiving these Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future?" In the future? Is George Orwell writing her scripts? No, she's writing them herself. And the answer, of course, to that question,
God, they love bringing up Orwell, huh? They love bringing up the democratic socialist Orwell.
Harry Savuja, the former National Press Secretary for the Democratic National Committee and former Pete Buttigieg staffer, was already hard at work on an online enemies list. He wrote this, quote, "White House staff are starting to look for jobs. Employers considering this should know there are consequences for hiring anyone who helps Trump attack American values," end quote. End quote. Oh, American.
I just gotta see if this is a real website, because if it is, I want to sign up. Oh, wait. TrumpAccountability.net. My bad. And it's nothing? Okay. So, let's see. Never forget what they did, or remember what they did. We must never forget those. But those who took a paycheck. We should not allow the following groups of people to profit from their experience. Okay.
I mean, I kind of agree with that.
Are they? But is Tucker saying like anybody who supported Trump needs to go on this list, and we need to not serve them coffee at Starbucks and not serve them double cheeseburgers in the drive-thru? Like, but this is clearly something that they want. Oh, this company supported this company, like the hotel that was housing those kids from the Department of Homeland Security was putting the kids in the hotel so that the reporters couldn't find them. That's what this is, and yeah. Tucker, because people like Evan aren't going to go to the website.
And I'm assuming people like Stephen Miller and stuff will be on this list.
Yeah, the big people that, if they set up an operation or they push legislation that was inherently racist across the board. Yeah, that too.
American values, says the guy, they're going full Soviet. Totally impervious to irony.
Full Soviet.
Corporate America, of course, was on board. Needless to say, they never left. They were always on the team. The Chamber of Commerce, the National Association of Manufacturers, Republican groups, right? Along with CEOs from companies like United Airlines, Microsoft, Amazon, you name them. They already congratulated Joe Biden as the counting was still underway. They were doing that. The media was not hard at work verifying the integrity of the election, of the democracy they so deeply cherish. They weren't interviewing the poll worker. The poll signed those affidavits we just told you about, which are real. Instead, here's what they're doing.
How you feeling?
I almost can't talk right now because everyone is welcome under this tent. We don't care who you are. We don't care if you voted for us or not. You're all part of this American experiment. I was so overwhelmed to hear that. I don't care what people think. If they think I'm biased or not, I don't. And so I'm very emotional.
I can't do the whole thing. I will skip to the end because he usually does like, a Tucker's point at the end, I think.
Okay.
Because I just...
Wrong all over the country. And bad polling has an effect, a big effect. Here are a couple.
Okay, can we just pause for 1 second? Okay, maybe because who the fuck is taking polls? Nobody that I know fills out a poll. I don't fill out polls. Do you fill out polls, Mike?
No.
Okay, yeah, because they're not getting a full picture of the Republican Party or the Democrat Party, okay? They're not asking everybody. They're asking people who will go... probably search out these polls to take them.
You're talking about people that answer a regular landline phone.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Maybe an email. I don't do either.
Right.
That's boomer territory.
Carolina, for example, Quinnipiac released 3 separate polls that showed Lindsey Graham was tied with the Democrat challenging him, a man called Jamie Harrison. On the basis of that, Harrison was able to raise over $100 million. That's the most for a Senate candidate. So Jamie Harrison or any of these other candidates went to donors in Los Angeles, New York, the money centers for the Democrats. And said, look at these polls. We've got a shot. Boom, $100 million. $67 million for the Democrat who lost in the state of Maine. In South Carolina, Jamie Harrison lost the race by 10 points. It wasn't close.
I don't know what the point is here.
So Joe Biden up by 4. Trump inverted it and won by a little over 4%. So none of these errors were limited to one polling outfit. Most of the polls were way off. Why does that matter? It's not just annoying. It's significant. Research shows that polls influence voting behavior. So effectively, all those errors amounted to voter suppression. And it's really clear why.
Oh
when
my
people believe that
God.
their candidate can't win, and that's what the polls told us, can't win, they're less likely to vote for that candidate. And much less likely
Are
to
you
send money.
serious?
You wanna be the guy
That's
sitting
bullshit.
in
If you think your guy's gonna lose, hey,
Hey,
fucko, I thought Biden was gonna lose the whole goddamn time. I still went out and voted for, actually I didn't go out and voted for him because I voted by mail.
I voted by mail too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is he talking about? When people see that their candidate is losing, they're less likely to vote for him? No. I saw that Biden was ahead, and I'm like, those polls are probably wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, even if, and then especially if he was down, I'm like, dude, who thinks like that? Like, I just want to vote for the one that's probably going to win.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. If your guys, if it seems like your guy's gonna lose, that's gonna make me want to go out and vote for him even more, and get other people to vote for him.
Or like, I would just not vote. You know? if I thought that my guy was gonna lose, or even if that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, no. I was like, no, you would not vote if you think your guy was gonna lose. You would go vote. You would go vote for him in the hopes that he would win. Like, right?
Like, he needs my vote.
Yeah,
I think I was
exactly.
saying, like, if I thought he was gonna like win, I'd be like, oh well, he's got this. I don't have to go vote.
Oh, okay.
Toronto found this, quote, polls may lead people not to vote not given party because that party is perceived to be unlikely to win. Yeah, didn't need researchers to tell us that. That's obvious.
It's bullshit. God.
So we should ban polls.
Okay, fine.
I'm okay with that.
And the politicians who run some of our biggest cities. This unfolded over months. We chronicled in detail on the show. We'll continue to. The bottom line is, the coronavirus. It's
like, I don't need a poll to tell me that Trump is a piece of shit and that I should vote for Biden.
Right.
Like,
Trump will say enough stuff that make you know that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They certainly leveraged the pandemic to change the way we vote in ways they knew would benefit them. They're almost to admit that now. In New York, the governor there, Andrew Cuomo,
That's the one thing Evan says the most.
Why they use the pandemic to hold on to power?
That the Democrats changed the way the voting occurs so that it could benefit them. What are you talking about? Everyone can mail in vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he, like...
the military has done it for hundreds of years.
There's whole states that have done it for a long time.
Uh-huh. Arizona. All those
Michigan's had it for... I don't even know how long, but I know that we could have done it previously, and I'm upset that we didn't.
Yeah.
But like, leveraging the coronavirus pandemic, dude, it's great that it landed the way it did, because like this would have been such a big national movement like against it, and we got this much pushback now already, and you can't put this back in the box. You're not going to be able to get away with changing it. No more mail-in voting. Or put up a restriction, like you have to have like 3 letters from 3 different doctors about 3 different types of cancer to mail it in.
Right. Also, okay, our leaders used pandemic to hold on to power. Didn't we lose seats in the House? That's literally the only power that Democrats had, and we did not hold on to it technically. Well, we do have control of the House, but it's a less
we lost
control.
We lost. Well,
we lost seats.
Democrats
we did not hold on to as much power as we had. And, it's like, Republicans have the power. Okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
It just, they just say things.
Yeah.
Taking a new tone on coronavirus, now the president-elect. In other words, the great orange emergency has peaked now, and it's party time. Watch thousands of Joe Biden supporters, including Chuck Schumer himself, gather side by side, literally sharing wine bottles in the street. Suddenly, the deadly epidemic scares them not at all. Not at all.
Mask.
Yeah, mask.
Mask.
Putting on a mask.
Putting on a mask.
Then we change America.
Yeah, and we change America. We could go on tonight about what happened in last week's election, and in future shows, you know that we will. But for now, let's sum it up. Here's the point. We don't know how many stolen on Tuesday night. We don't know anything about the software.
Our system is not fair.
But here's what we do know. On a larger level, at the highest levels, actually, our system isn't what we thought it was. It's not as fair as it should be. Not even close. Sorry, hate to say that. It's the milk bottles of milk. They knew you were coming. They laughed at you when you left. We wish that wasn't true. It wasn't, but it is true.
Okay, so isn't he undermining the American democracy right now? Like the thing that he didn't want people to do? Well, is that not, like, our system isn't fair?
He's just saying it's not fair and it needs to be changed to benefit what he wants, and that will be fair. It's not fair that my team lost, is what he's saying. Now, I'm not going to look for it because I know that there's 3 days after the Trump election of 2016, he's over there like, well, the liberals are crying that it's not fair. Well, tough shit. It's the law. Get over it. All right? Get over it. And yeah, they're all crying in the streets like losers. Too bad. Here's videos of Trump supporters dancing in the streets like good, wholehearted Americans that they are. God bless them. Fuck you. Fuck Tucker. So I don't know why Evan asked me to. Interesting?
No, it wasn't interesting at all.
It was tough. It was tough to get through 70% of that thing. And I don't know what he was saying except that, there's voter fraud. I can't tell you how much there is, but there definitely is some. See, this guy admitted that they were going to find voter fraud. They were going to find I don't
yeah,
know,
even though they're like
double.
99% done with their voting, with their counting.
But
votes.
he admitted it, Kayla.
There's still the only ones left are the fake, the fraud votes that they're gonna find.
Yeah,
that's the only ones.
The ones that are coming in coolers and and camera gear. Fucking stupid. My thoughts, interesting, not interesting in the slightest bit. Like, I'm sweating from this because I can't stand this guy at all.
Yeah.
Just to give him the benefit of the doubt, I'm like, maybe he might say something all right.
He tells white people, white Republicans, what they want to hear.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a news source.
And, like, I think Evan will go around tomorrow and say, well, you know, Georgia, they admitted that there's all sorts of illegal voting. Who did? Who was that guy? Well, as an election official. Well, what did he find? He didn't find anything. Well, see, Evan probably wouldn't say he didn't find anything because all Evan heard was he admitted. He admitted that they're going to find stuff. So he hasn't found anything. And to what extent was it found? Well, obviously hasn't found anything yet, so we don't know if it was one fake vote out of what, 10 million? I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. He's just going on TV and just saying stuff and like, well, what about when Michelle Obama tweeted this thing that was a fucking disgusting message of unity and peace? How dare she? Fuck off. Fuck this guy. And that other fucking turd.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm done.